Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon. I would like to say thank you for coming to my presentation. It's great to see you all. Let me introduce myself. My name is Balinda Oca Rosalia. The purpose of the presentation is to explain you what is my thesis about. The theme of my text is development of desktop applications to classify the facility level of payment of rent retribution on low income resident or MBR in Rusunawa, Batam City Government. First of all, I will describe you what is Rusunawa. Rusunawa is abbreviation of Rusun, Rumah Susun Sederhana Sewa, and Rusunawa is a multi-story building in an environment which is divided into functionally structured parts in the both horizontal and vertical direction and is a unit, each of which is used separately. The status of its use is leased and built using the state revenue and expenditure budget and regional revenue and expenditure budget with the main function as a residence. The governance desire in carrying out development for the welfare of the community is one of them by spending regional original income or PAD for activities that are more beneficial to the community, especially in terms of welfare. To realize this, the governance needs to increase PAD more in order to better achieve regional development goals. Because PAD determines the capacity of the region is in carrying out governance functions, both public service and development. The higher and greater the ratio of PAD to total regional income shows independence in financing all obligations for regional development. One solution to increase Batam City's PAD is to increase the rental rate at the Batam City flats, which are still relatively cheap compared to other rental flats in the Batam City. It can be seen from the table below, however. There are still many rents arranged in the flat, making the Batam City government hesitant to implement the policy. Because of all the background and the problem that we found, so I get a research question that's suitable for Rusunawa. First is how to engineer a system to classify official payment level using a classification algorithm. 2. How to make use of Python programming to classify data. And number 3 is how to use PHP programming to process data into results that can be displayed on the application. And next is state of the art. This study results in a classification of the smooth level of payment of rental levies that results in predicting whether an increase in rental prices could be made to support Batam City's regional asset revenue abundance obtained from the rental fields of the Rusunawa. Next is method of the text. Naive Bayes. So I choose to make a naive Bayes I choose to make a naive-based method because where this method only requires a small amount of data to determine the estimated parameters needed in the classification process. This method can predict future opportunities based on previous experience, so it is known as Bayes' theorem. And the main characteristic is having very strong assumption about the independence of each condition or event. Then, I choose this method because the naive-based classifier method works very well compared to other classifier methods. As evidenced by the journals Semele, Daniela, Chris Hinde, and Roger G. Stone with their book. The name is naive Bayes versus decision trees versus neural networks in the classification of training web pages, 2009. They said that naive-based classifier has a better level of accuracy than other classification models. And the next is my supervisor thesis is Mr. Mangapul Sihaan. So just it, and thank you very much for your thank you very much for your great attention, and I said goodbye.